Elon Musk has just shared news that's capturing global attention. Recently, over 50 UFO sightings have been reported near nuclear sites, and this report is backed by shocking footage that was revealed during a U.S. congressional hearing. The video showed massive, unidentified objects hovering around nuclear bases, raising serious national security concerns. Could these objects pose a real threat to these sites? Has the U.S. taken any public steps to address this alarming situation? Join us as we unveil the details of Elon Musk's recent revelation regarding the UFO aircraft that disabled the Russian nuclear threat. The U.S. is no stranger to unusual UFO sightings. The very first famous UFO sighting happened in 1947 when a businessman, Kenneth Arnold, reported seeing 9 fast-moving objects while flying near Mount Rainier in Washington. He estimated their speed at thousands of miles per hour and described them as moving like saucers skipping on water. Newspapers mistakenly described them as saucer-shaped, which led to the term flying saucer. As UFO sightings increased, the United States Air Force initially denied the existence of such objects, but due to growing reports, eventually launched an investigation in 1948 called Project Sign, initially suggesting the objects could be advanced Soviet aircraft. Some, however, believed they might be alien spaceships, a theory known as the extraterrestrial hypothesis. In 1949, Project Sign was replaced by Project Grudge, and in 1952 by Project Blue Book at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. From 1952 to 1969, Project Blue Book collected over 12,000 UFO reports. Each case was classified as either identified, that is, linked to known natural or human-made causes, or unidentified. About 6% of cases couldn't be explained due to limited information. Aside from just being sighted in the skies, these UFOs have been recently sighted and taken interest in sensitive areas, sparking controversial debates among several countries. The U.S. government is now openly discussing UFOs, with Pentagon and Air Force experts detailing strange phenomena near strategic sites, electronics malfunctions, magnetic field changes, and even total system shutdowns. These UFOs were seen near nuclear missile facilities, sometimes even disrupting security systems, looking straight out of a science fiction movie. In the massive $600 billion annual Defense Department budget, the $22 million spent on the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program was barely noticeable, just as the Pentagon intended. For years, this program investigated reports of UFOs managed by military intelligence official Luis Elizondo on the Pentagon's 5th floor. Although the Defense Department says it shut down the program in 2012, supporters say it still operates, with officials quietly reviewing UFO sightings while handling other duties. This secretive program, partly classified, began in 2007, largely funded by the Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, a Nevada Democrat fascinated by space phenomena. Most funds went to an aerospace company run by Reid's friend, billionaire Robert Bigelow, who now collaborates with NASA on expandable space habitats. On CBS's 60 Minutes in May, Bigelow expressed his firm belief in aliens and UFO visits to Earth. Through Bigelow's Las Vegas-based company, the program created documents describing sightings of mysterious aircraft moving at high speeds without visible propulsion or hovering without any obvious lift. Officials in the program have also analyzed videos of encounters between unknown objects and U.S. military aircraft. One video from 2004, released in August, shows a white oval object about the size of a commercial jet being pursued by 2 Navy F/A-18F fighter jets near the aircraft carrier Nimitz off San Diego. Harry Reid, who recently retired from Congress, expressed pride in his role in starting the program, claiming that he is not embarrassed or sorry that got this going. He also revealed in an interview that he thinks it's one of the good things he has accomplished in Congress, relating it to doing something unique. Former Senators Ted Stevens, an Alaska Republican, and Daniel Kawamoe, a Hawaii Democrat, both on a defense spending committee, also backed the program. Astrophysicist Sarah Seeger of MIT offered a reminder. Just because an object's origin is unknown doesn't mean it's from outer space. She explained that unusual sightings can be worth investigating, but science often leaves people with mysteries that they can't fully explain. James E. Oberg, a former NASA engineer and author who often debunks UFO sightings, was skeptical about UFO claims. He explained that there are many ordinary events and quirks in human perception that can explain these stories. Many people fly under the radar, not wanting to be noticed, even stirring up confusion to stay hidden. Still, Oberg welcomed the research, revealing that there could be a hidden gem here. In response to inquiries, Pentagon officials recently confirmed the program's existence, saying it began under the Defense Intelligence Agency, but ended in 2012 due to budget priorities, according to spokesman Thomas Crossan. However, former program leader Luis Elizondo clarified that only the government funding stopped in 2012. Elizondo said he continued working with Navy and CIA officials from his Pentagon office until he resigned in October over secrecy concerns. In his resignation letter to Defense Secretary Jim Mattis, Elizondo asked why the issue wasn't given more attention. He also mentioned that the program still has a successor, though he didn't reveal who. For decades, the U.S. has investigated UFOs, with the Air Force studying more than 12,000 UFO reports starting in 1947. The project, known as Project Blue Book, found that most sightings were stars, clouds, or conventional aircraft, though 701 cases remained unexplained. The project ended in 1969, when the Air Force concluded it was no longer valuable for security or science. Harry Reid shared that his interest in UFOs stemmed from his friendship with Robert Bigelow. In 2007, Reid learned Bigelow had been approached by a Defense Intelligence Agency official interested in visiting Bigelow's research ranch in Utah. This led Reid to meet with the agency, which wanted to start a UFO research program. He then met with Senators Ted Stevens and Daniel Inouye in a secure Capitol room. He added that years earlier, astronaut John Glenn had encouraged him to take UFO reports seriously, suggesting the government should talk to military pilots who'd seen unidentified aircraft. He also explained that military personnel rarely reported UFO sightings up the chain because they feared ridicule or stigma. When Reid met with Senators Ted Stevens and Daniel Inouye, he recalled that it was one of the easiest meetings he ever had, and Stevens, an Air Force pilot during World War II, eagerly agreed, saying that he had been waiting to do this since he was in the Air Force. Stevens shared a story about being followed by a mysterious aircraft with no known origin for miles. The three senators didn't want the program's funding discussed publicly. Reid called it black money, classified Pentagon funding. Only Stevens and Inouye were in the know, and they intended to keep it that way. Documents show that Congress allocated nearly $22 million from late 2008 to 2011 for the UFO program. The funds supported management, research, and threat assessments related to these mysterious objects. Bigelow Aerospace, owned by Mr. Bigelow, received the funding and hired contractors to support the research. Under Bigelow's direction, the company set up facilities in Las Vegas to store unusual metal alloys and materials reportedly collected from unidentified flying objects. Researchers studied people who claimed physical effects from encounters with UFOs and examined military members who reported strange sightings. Harold E. Puthoff, an engineer and program contractor, likened the research to giving Leonardo da Vinci a garage door opener. He'd be puzzled by its materials and technology, having no context to understand it. The program also collected audio and video evidence, including footage from a Navy F/A-18 Super Hornet showing a glowing, fast-moving object rotating in midair. In the video, Navy pilots express shock, with one saying, "There's a whole fleet of them." Pentagon officials, however, did not disclose the location or date of this event. In an interview, Mr. Bigelow shared strong views, revealing that they are the most behind on this issue internationally, and that scientists worry about being excluded, and even the media fears the stigma. China, Russia, and even smaller countries like Belgium, France, and Chile are far more open. They approach this topic without the childish taboo that the U.S. have. By 2009, Mr. Reid believed the program had made remarkable findings and pushed for tighter security to protect them. In a letter to Deputy Defense Secretary William Lynn III, he requested the program be classified as a restricted special access program for a select few officials. A 2009 Pentagon briefing noted that science fiction had become science fact and warned that some technologies were beyond the U.S.'s defensive capabilities. However, Mr. Reid's request for special protection was declined. In his resignation letter dated October 4, Mr. Elizondo emphasized the importance of addressing reports from the Navy and other branches about unusual aerial systems that were reportedly interfering with military weapons and exhibiting capabilities beyond current technology. He expressed frustration with the program's limitations and urged Mr. Mattis to prioritize understanding these phenomena's capabilities and intentions for national security. Following his resignation, Mr. Elizondo joined Mr. Puthoff and former defense official Christopher Mellon to launch Asterisk to the Stars Academy of Arts and Science Asterisk, a commercial venture aimed at raising funds to research UFOs. In an interview, Mr. Elizondo mentioned that he and his colleagues had found no evidence suggesting these phenomena originated from any specific country, adding that this was not information any government should withhold from the public. Mr. Reed also shared his thoughts, noting that the origins of these objects remained unknown. He cautioned that anyone claiming to have answers was mistaken, but asserted that taking initial steps in this research was necessary. So this brings us back to the question, why are these objects suddenly focused on military bases? What if these sightings aren't alien at all, but rather top-secret U.S. military projects? Could the mysterious UFOs really be advanced U.S. tech, like the stealthy X-59 or X-44? Perhaps recent missile mishaps, like the one in Russia, could even be hidden under this UFO buzz, a clever cover story to disguise high-speed maneuverable aircraft like the X-59. This supersonic jet flies at over 2,850 miles per hour, almost silently thanks to its special tech that reduces the sonic boom. It can slip into enemy territory without detection, moving faster than sound without making a sound. Its stealthy, mysterious movements even resemble UFOs, suddenly appearing and disappearing. Its main job? To gather intel on enemy defenses without setting off any alarms, silent, incredibly fast, and with a strange design that seems almost otherworldly. Now enter the X-44 Manta, an even more advanced machine. With speeds up to 2,000 miles per hour and unmatched agility, it can outmaneuver even the most sophisticated missiles, dodging attacks with ease. Its stealth makes it look like a UFO, quickly vanishing and reappearing. Imagine all this tech combined into one craft. A super-fast, nearly invisible, highly maneuverable fighter that explains many recent UFO sightings. Could companies like SpaceX be secretly developing this tech? The latest congressional hearings showed shocking footage of unidentified objects near nuclear bases, raising concerns about national security. Could these sightings be top-secret aircraft from the US or another country? Public interest and questions keep growing, and the Pentagon may push for more resources to develop tech for identifying and defending against these unknown objects. Could this UFO mystery drive the next generation of aviation? The big question is, how long until the truth gets uncovered? Sightings of unknown objects near nuclear sites show a clear need to dig deeper into these mysteries. If these UFOs are actually part of secret military projects, we could see big investments in tech to protect key facilities. The government's recent openness about UFOs has sparked public curiosity, with people demanding more transparency. Just recently, the Pentagon revealed secret details about the top-secret X-44 Manta, worth $300 million, a high-tech aircraft kept under wraps for years. This cutting-edge, stealthy jet, built by Lockheed Martin, was designed to stand out, literally with no tail and revolutionary speed. It can reach Mach 1 within seconds, cover 3,000 nautical miles, stay in flight for 50 hours with refueling, and strike fast-moving targets. With a unique parallax coating, it's practically invisible to radar and even the human eye. Leaks suggest the X-44 isn't just real, but undergoing upgrades for complex missions. The Manta project, which started in the 1990s, was born from the need for unmatched stealth and speed, with Lockheed Martin as the creative force behind it. Designed with no tail for better maneuverability and low radar visibility, the Manta flies supersonically at 1,740 miles per hour and can reach up to 68,900 feet. Then, without explanation, the project was classified, sparking public interest. Many suspected the Manta's power was so advanced that its existence had to be hidden. One of its wildest abilities? Vanishing. The Manta's parallax tech uses cameras and displays to create an image mirroring the sky, effectively making the plane invisible. Its weaponry is equally stunning, boasting hypersonic missiles that travel at 2,850 miles per hour, dodging traditional air defenses with pinpoint accuracy. And with advanced bombs and a massive payload, It's a nearly invulnerable, thunderbolt-like force in the sky. This aircraft is truly a game-changer. Rumor has it that this technological marvel might even have an electromagnetic gun, which could disable an enemy's entire electronic setup with pinpoint accuracy. Whether that's true or not, one thing is certain: the X-44 Manta is poised to shape the future of warfare. This aircraft is believed to have the ability to disappear, destroy, and outmatch any opponent. Its existence is shifting our understanding of military tech. What we thought was cutting edge is just the start. If this technology is real, it raises new questions. How do one defend against something invisible? How do you counter a threat that can appear anywhere, anytime? This unveiling may push other countries to speed up their own stealth tech development, leading to a new level of arms competition. And the big question is, are we ready for this future? If these technologies can protect, they could also be used offensively, potentially shifting defense and attack strategies worldwide. This aircraft Manta isn't just another jet. It signals a new era of technology that could turn everything on its head. Its unique parallax coating, hypersonic missiles, and unmatched stealth make it a fearsome weapon and a powerful defender. The Manta's declassification highlights the need for transparency around military advances, as these technologies can shift global power dynamics. As this breakthrough jet, crafted with NASA and Lockheed Martin, heads toward a new era, it might even transform how we think about future transportation with its sleek, otherworldly design and unparalleled capabilities. But the X-44 Manta is not the only aircraft with mind-blowing features. Let's check out the capabilities of the X-59. Over 300 engineers are bringing the X-59 jet to life, and for good reason. This $250 million supersonic aircraft can fly 1.5 times faster than the speed of sound. Developed by Lockheed Martin as part of NASA's low-boom flight demonstrator program, the X-59 aims to make supersonic flights quieter, reducing noise impact on the environment, and making high-speed travel more practical and attractive. Previous supersonic jets were incredibly loud, with takeoff noise reaching 110 decibels, well above the safe level of 70 decibels for human ears. The goal with the X-59 is to avoid this sonic boom effect and create a quieter sound, making it safe for flights over cities and suburbs. Its unique, long, thin shape and special nose fairing are designed to minimize noise when breaking the sound barrier. Using high-strength materials like carbon fiber and titanium, engineers ensure the plane is sturdy yet lightweight. After 7 years of design, Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works began building the X-59 prototype, powered by a modified General Electric F414 engine, known for its power in fighter jets. This engine, producing 10 tons of thrust, was adapted to meet commercial standards. To ensure success, NASA and Lockheed Martin built a simulator to train pilots for the new aircraft, although some doubt remains about its efficiency and safety. Lockheed Martin is working closely with communities near test sites to inform them about the goals of this new technology, which NASA will begin testing soon. An exciting flight test of the X-59 is set to take place over selected U.S. cities, where NASA will gather information on the sound it produces and how people react to it. This valuable data will help the FAA and international regulators decide on the future of supersonic travel. And if the team overcomes a few final hurdles, it could happen as soon as this year. The X-59 aims to succeed where the iconic Concorde struggled. Though the Concorde had flown passengers across the Atlantic since the 1970s, only 13 of these planes were built. They were expensive, noisy, and banned in 2003 over safety and noise issues. Learning from this, Lockheed engineers designed the X-59 with revolutionary features like an external vision system. Since it lacks a front windshield, a camera shows the pilot a live feed of the skies ahead, right on their cockpit screen. Before the big demonstration flight, the X-59 will go through thrilling test flights. Pilots will check all systems carefully, then head to remote areas to test supersonic speeds without disturbing anyone. Like the Concorde, it'll take about 15 to 20 minutes to reach supersonic speed, but the X-59 is designed to fly more quietly. Every landing and system check is well planned to ensure smooth operation. Some people harbor doubt that the X-59 will bring back affordable supersonic travel, and ticket prices remain uncertain. But with each milestone achieved, this technological marvel moves closer to revolutionizing air travel. It won't be long before the world experiences if this groundbreaking aircraft can make supersonic passenger flights a reality and would surpass the capabilities of the Concorde at the same time. Thanks for watching. While you are still here, click on the link appearing on your screen to check out another of our videos. See you there.